Hey everybody, it's me again, Dark Phoenix Ninja 92, and I am here for the showing of the interviews and what have you, as part of the extra thingamadoodle for this game. So let's get started. This one's a bit interesting, even if I consider part of it to be a tad ludicrous.
Well, Elijah's a pretty good gamer.
The best player would be Elijah.
Well, this is where I get to,
So it's
to pat myself
basically
in the back. I'm definitely a better gamer than the two of them.
Basically Frodo, Merry, and
has this
Pippin's actors
insane
talking.
ability of being able to just
That's what this is. The stuff is
grab hold of a console
not
and
to
go
do
through
with the
game.
game
I've actually
itself,
made
but
the controller
some
float, and
interviews
without
about
touching anything,
talking
I've managed to play
about
the game.
it
It's only
with
happened
the
a few
actors
times, but
who
I've only been
voice their
seriously
characters
gaming
in
now
game.
for probably 3 or 4 years.
and he's doing very well. But I'm still a much more experienced gamer.
But I'm getting there. I can beat Elijah at a few games now.
I am certainly a lot better than Dom. Dom, who, talks a good game.
Oh, look at me go. I'm on fire now.
He says, I'm getting so good at this game. I says, okay, give us it. Beat him 3 times in a row.
Billy's getting better, but he's not great.
Billy is awful. One of the worst game players of all time.
That's
I think
a bit
I do
harsh,
have,
isn't it?
A special gift for gaming.
You'll be playing a 2-player game and you'll go, Billy, press X. And he'll be like, hang on a minute. Hey, wait, which one's X?
But I just haven't really opened that gift yet.
And
and
I
giving
have
it
to
to
say, that thing about being able to make a controller float, I've never heard of that, and quite honestly, it sounds like bullshit. But I'm open to having my mind changed. And now we get to listen to Saruman talk.
The world is changing. Who now has the strength to stand against the armies of Isengard and Mordor? What I've been doing today is I've been providing the voice of Saruman in the game. Tower of Stone. Saruman, the White, was the head of the Order, and he thinks that he can be the Lord of the Rings. We must join with Sauron. The power of Saruman lies in his voice. None can contend with the will of Saruman. He's not just a wizard who can do extraordinary things. He can convince the most unlikely people. This
Sorry
is the
everyone,
impression
there's a
you
bit
see
of an
that he
audio
gives.
glitch right now.
All powerful.
Do not let him speak.
But I will say this,
Spell on us.
Proud of
Saruman would
excess.
fit
You know, if
in
you don't
well
let things who beat me.
in medieval
Wrong.
politics.
You are losers.
He should... Yeah. Someone needs to buy Saruman Crusader Kings 2. He'd love that game. Now for Gandalf.
I will draw you, Saruman, as poison is drawn from a wound.
I'm on a summer's day in the headquarters in England of EA, where I've been adding my voice to the game, which people can now play. It's a curiosity of Gandalf that there are many of us. There's me, but then when we was making the film, there was my double. And there was the stunt Gandalfs, the ones who did the fights.
The audio's
Twirls.
being a bit
And then there's
douchey
the
right now, I'm
digitalized
sorry.
Gandalfs who are sometimes seen in the crowd scenes in the film. Then there's the Gandalf of this game. Gandalf is 7,000 years old, but he can do the most remarkable things, and he's still got a spring in his step. And I only wish that Gandalf in the film had been quite as agile as Gandalf in the game. Maybe the wisest of you will choose to be Gandalf. Maybe the most perceptive of you. Isn't Gandalf everyone's favorite character? Well, I know he's mine.
Well, you play him. Yeah.
If you can't be in the movie,
Well, you
might as well
play
the game.
Gandalf in the
Next best
movies,
thing.
so you're clearly biased. No interviews with Aragorn or anything.
Mordor. The one place in Middle-earth we don't want to see any closer. The one place we're trying to get to. It's just where we can't get. Let's face it, Mr. Frodo. We're lost.
Yeah, a lot of these are pretty
There's a
neat
lot in the movie where
flavor
Sam
text.
is, the character himself is very, he gets sad a lot. There's a kind of comic relief element.
But they don't really add a lot to the game, but there is some nice
His goodness
flavor.
and his decency is what makes him heroic, and his bravery in the face of great danger.
I'm going to Mordor alone.
Of course you are.
And I'm coming with you.
But because the game is sort of an action war game, the aspect of Sam's character that really comes through in the game is the kind of heroic fighting Sam.
Yes,
I get
since
to really
there's
go
not
and fight folks instead of
exactly
having to, pull up from stabbing him because
Yeah.
it's a stunt guy who you don't want to hurt.
there's not exactly a
Feel like
way
you're inside the
to
movie,
play
driving
this
the movie.
game
When I actually, for the first time, had a controller in my hands, I was looking
so that's
at
really
a
the
very
only way you can do
realistic
it.
likeness of myself. It's awesome. Then it reminded me of filming the scenes. It looked exactly like where we were filming on the sets, and it was totally interactive. I think the game is incredible.
Yeah, the duplication of the locations may be excellent, but some of the way they pull off the actual levels leaves a lot to be desired.
One ring to rule them all. One ring to find them. One ring to bring them all. And in the darkness, fight them.
Frodo never gets to join in any battles in the film, so I was always the one that was really weak and burdened by the ring. And in this, I get to take Frodo on some adventures that he didn't actually get to go on. I'm a playable character now. That's the best.
Yes!
Frodo's style of combat's kind of a little clunkier. It's not as finessed as Aragorn or certainly Legolas would be. It's a little meat and potatoes kind of fighting. Very straightforward. It's really cool to sort of be able to take my character from the film and to be able to kind of implement that into the game is pretty awesome.
I shall take up this terrible task.
Choosing Frodo, you're also choosing the ring bearer, so that's pretty cool. I'm kind of biased.
Yes, you are.
Well done, you finished the game. But not really. You've just unlocked all these other characters. One of them being me, Pippin. So now you can take me and Mary, and anyone else, to places that they didn't actually go to. Like Osgiliath, or Paths of the Dead. Yeah, take Pippin to Paths of the Dead. Let's see what would happen if he went there. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, and I'm mostly just showing these, like I said, because this game is really short. And I just wanted to add a little more length
He's not a
to
warrior.
it.
He's not, he's a hobbit who's kind of caught up in all this. But in the game, you get to see what Pippin would be like if he was a warrior, you know. I'm really looking forward to kind of go to Pelennor Fields and all that as Pippin. Hopefully, everybody will have a go at Pippin. I will challenge everything. Pippin's great. Pippin's what it's all about.
Congratulations on finishing the game. Very, very well done. You got there a lot quicker than I did. Took me about 3.5 years to finish it.
Wow, you suck.
Excitement, crazy excitement. You've now unlocked 2 other characters.
First time I played
can
this
take
game, it
Mary
only
or
took me
Pippin,
like a
and you
couple
can go
of
on any
months.
storyline
And that's
you want.
because I
You
was
could go and
playing
hang out
like
with Shelob
12
for a
other
while.
games
You
at the
could
same
go with
time.
Faramir and see what his
Yeah,
journey's
I
like.
used to take
You
even
could hang out with
longer to
Gandalf,
finish
because he's very
games than I'm
protective.
taking with most of my Let's Plays.
Maybe you have issues about that. You can do anything you want. You can go anywhere you want with Mary and Pippin. So this is now our treat to you as a gamer. Well done.
I think we might have made a mistake leaving the Shire, Pippin.
In the Shire, Mary looks kind of sweet and approachable. Whereas when he wears his war outfit, he looks kind of scary. I think the people who would choose to play Mary as a character in
This
in
kind of
game
thing only
would be
hit me
more of the
recently,
highly
but
intelligent
Merry and
people.
Pippin are basically the Lord of the Rings version of
Hobbits kind of
Fred
fight
and
with
George
hearts.
from Harry Potter.
He's an opportunist fighter. He's someone who concentrated
Minus the fact
without
that they
an
aren't
awful
actually
physical strength,
twins, I mean.
But is wily and has a bit of guile and intelligence.
They're really jokesters
Probably
most
one
of the
the
time,
greatest
but
cinematic characters of all time.
can do pretty much anything really well. That kind of thing. I'm really bad at describing stuff, so just ignore most of that.
What did they steal? Precious!
This is pretty much just
a major addict.
movie-related stuff. There's nothing in here about the game, because you don't unlock Golem as a character. So there's not really a whole lot for me to say during this
and the
one.
animators are watching my performance closely.
But it is kind of neat to see.
Their animators, keyframe animators, are matching every expression. His whole facial structure and the way that his face moves is based on the way mine does. So it goes through 3 processes. I shoot on set with Elijah and Sean, and we act all the scenes together. And then I work in the motion capture studio, repeating every single scene. And then I do the final voice track.
Yes, precious.
The voice was really born out of 2 things. One was trying to find a psychological route into why he speaks like that. But actually, in physical terms, it came from cats. It came from, we had 3 cats at home, and they do this incredible kind of convulsion where when they cough up fur balls and they kind of go like that, and so that really became how.
Yeah, I can kind of
any
see
ADR
that, I
yet
guess.
for the actual film. So it's actually quite. I'm getting my head back into thinking, okay, this is obviously taking a parallel journey although through a game. So it's actually quite nice to sort of visit where I'm going to be going for the film. It's probably, an unusual way of doing it, where you do the voiceover for the game before you actually do the ADR for the film.
We takes the precious, and we be the master.
And now on to the last one.
Faramir, Prince of Gondor, was one of the few men who withstood the power of the ring.
Yeah, I actually liked
But
Faramir.
and Boromir
I
were
think he's
brothers,
pretty cool.
And it isn't beyond possibility that Faramir went to Rivendell instead. And if that happened, Faramir could have survived and returned to Gondor. Now we're going to explore this fact by unlocking the character of Faramir. See for yourself what else he might have done during the War at the Ring. Good luck.
Yeah. Though he wasn't around the ring for nearly as long, so who knows, really.
Game players should unlock Faramir first because he's a character who is in possession of multi-skills. He's a great swordsman, a great archer, he's also a great thinker. One should head for Faramir first. Yes. Faramir's style of combat in the game, extremely energetic. It's relentless. It's high energy, high voltage action. The game itself has totally captured.
Though from what I remember of that,
in all aspects,
it really doesn't seem like that when you actually play as him. Because I did watch a few videos on YouTube of someone doing that as Faramir recently, and I'm just not getting any sense that he's different from Aragorn or Legolas. So, that was the interviews. Hope you enjoyed those extras. And so long.